This video will introduce you to Westlaw and the Westlaw interface. First of all, what is Westlaw? Well, if you think of every book and series of books published by the West Publishing Company that we studied earlier as a database, then all West has done is convert those to digital format and publish them online. And so Westlaw is a collection of those databases available digitally. So how would you find a document in those databases when you can't simply pull a book off the shelf and find the page you want? Well, you're going to think I'm a broken record, but you can find those documents by using the citation approach, by using the table of contents approach, by using the index approach, and new now, the word search approach. So how do you access Westlaw? Well, at our law library, you have to be on site to access Westlaw. For a while during the pandemic, we were able to give you access from home, but now you have to be in one of our facilities to use Westlaw. You can use one of our computers, or you can bring your own and use it. And you log in through the library's website. So next I'm going to show you how to do that, and then we're going to look at the interface. To begin using Westlaw, you must first go to the Law Library's website. If you go up here to Research, scroll down to Legal Databases and click. And now you have a list of legal databases. And the very first one is Westlaw. You'll see that you can only use this on site, and there's a different link depending on which library you're using, the Riverside Library, Indio branch, or Temecula branch. I'm in Indio, so I'm going to click here. And first it's going to give you some conditions to read. I recommend you read it. And if you agree, you click I agree. If you don't, you click I don't agree and it won't let you in. Click continue. And here we are at the Westlaw interface. It's very simple. There is some news here, but as you'll notice, this little banner here that says out of plan, don't bother clicking on it. It's not part of our contract, so you won't be able to read it anyway. So I'm going to close it just to get it out of our site. Then you have at the very top here a search bar, which I'll explain shortly. And here you have the browse box. Notice that the browse box has 5 tabs. The first tab is all content, and it lists all the content available by category. So if you want to look for case law, you could click cases, drill down through the database list to just what you're looking for. And you would do this mostly if you were going to do a word search. So for example, I might search the U.S. Supreme Court database, or I could search all federal cases, or I could search the 7th Circuit. If I pick a particular state, I'll be given some other choices. Here are the federal databases that contain cases that originated in California, and then here are the databases for California cases. You can either search all California cases, or you can limit yourself to the Supreme Court or the Courts of Appeal. Okay, now let's take a quick look at the other tabs. You can click Federal Materials, and you'll have your choice of all of these. You could pick the U.S. Supreme Court or any of the circuits. If you click Federal Cases, you'll have even more federal case databases to choose from. So some of the databases you can drill down further, some of them you can't. If I go to the State Materials tab, I can pick a state, and then I see all these California databases I can search. Some of them I can drill down further, some I just have to begin my search. The practice areas, I don't know that a beginner would want to use any of these. I don't use them much myself, but if you were looking for sources in a particular area, you could choose that area, but I think you're actually safer doing just more general research than using the limitations. And then the Tools tab, the only thing here I've really ever found a lot of use for is the West key number system, which we'll talk about later. Now let's go up here and take a look. Oh, let me tell you one more thing. No matter where you are in the system, if you click on the logo up top here, it will take you right back to the beginning of the interface. So that can be very handy. Now let's look at the search bar. It tells you right here you can enter search terms, and we'll have to talk about Boolean searching for that. Citations, databases, anything you want you can enter in here. And the database that you're actually searching is indicated right here. And if you want to change that database, just click on it, and now you can tell it which database you want to search. So you might pick the Ninth Circuit, for example. One of the nice things here is that you can combine. Maybe you want to look at Ninth and Fifth and Fourth Circuits. You click the databases you want to combine, click Save, and now you see they're all listed up here. So you've made yourself a little custom database. And you won't have to, you could just do Federal Courts of Appeals, but then in addition to those 3 circuits you want, you would get all the other circuits, and you'd have to page through, you'd have to sort through all those. You can pick multiple states if you want to search California and New Mexico, for example. Save it, and here they are, your your custom database. I'm just going to change that back to all feds for now. Whoops. I did all feds and California and New Mexico. Let me unclick those. And then you click this to do your search. There's also an advanced search feature, which we'll talk about more later after we talk about doing terms and connectors searching. In the next video, we will look at a statute as published on Westlaw.